everyone! While we're here, we're back, and today we're doing another anti-MLM video, and for this video we are heading back on over to Reddit, filtering by top post of this week, and just seeing what the Huns have been up to. I have no additional comments to make before we get into the post, so if at any point you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if at any other point you decide you really like it, go ahead and subscribe. I was looking through my analytics and saw that 40% of you who watch my videos are not subscribed, so I would really appreciate it if you could click that subscribe button. Also, make sure to check out my description below for all of my fun links. And with all of that said and out of the way, let's get into reading these posts. So it looks like an Instagram post, and it says them. How's that little business going? Me. Just bought my dream car in cash. How's that little job going? And then let's see if we can read their post down here. It says, I made more in 1 month than this SUV costs. Thanks for asking. Still gotta ask your boss when you're allowed to take your 2 weeks of vacation. The problem is how belittling she is to somebody else, assuming that people are even saying, how's that little business going? People are not saying that to her because she does not own her own business. And you are, in a way, making an income claim by stating that you make more in 1 month than this car costs. I kind of really, in a way, don't believe you. I also want to know if they just, like, took a picture in the seat. It's like, this is my dream car, I own it now, and, like, no one's gonna question them. But the fact that they turned comments off, I think, shows that they went about this the entirely wrong way. They're coming off very entitled and spoiled, and the fact that they are going to basically talk crap about somebody else's job when they know how it feels when people talk crap about their job. You know, it's like, they don't like when people come at them for certain things and it makes them feel bad, so they turn around and do the same thing to somebody else by saying, little job, and how does it feel to have to ask someone for vacation time? It's like, you don't have to go about it that way. That's not the way to do that. Let's see what the comments say on this. I'm not a marketing expert, but it seems to me if you want your friends to buy stuff from you, this stank attitude is not the way. Somebody else said, LOL, it's like she took the MLM provided standard talking points, hyped the rewards you're getting, emphasized flexibility and not having to ask for time off work, and applied her bad personality to them, and this is the result. I could not agree more. It definitely has like MLM 101 of like, show off the things that you're purchasing with the money that you earn from the backs of the people below you, but then she filled it with this just negative mean girl talk, and that's exactly what it is. And I don't know how this would get anyone to want to go into this MLM side hustle business boss babe thing with her. I would see her see this and be like, yeah, I don't want to be anywhere near this person. Plexus reset. I'm pretty sure this was the same day, but not the same posture or angle. And they posted on Facebook or Instagram. I think this is the Facebook Facebook stories, that's what it's called. And it says, 3 days are done, son. And it looks like on the left, they're just standing, I'd say, very casually. And then on the right, they decided to stand a little bit closer to the camera and stand up a little bit straighter and poke their butt out a little bit more and suck in their stomach. Like, it's like, you expect me to believe that in 3 days that this did anything? Also, like, I feel like I'd be like, okay, it doesn't look like anything changed. It looks like you just, like, sucked in your stomach and changed your posture a little bit. Like, and I do agree with OP. I do think this was probably the same day, and then they just posted it. And even if not, like, it's just them sucking in their stomach and standing differently. And it's like, yeah, because you're not going to see real results in 3 days. That's ridiculous and extremely unhealthy. Like, it's okay to not see intense results after only 3 days. Comments on this say, it honestly just looks like she stood up straight, sucked in her gut, and stuck out her butt. And OP responds, also it looked like she stuck her jaw out in her after photo. Does it? It does. Oh, to, like, create, like, more of a, like, jawline and thinner neck. Yeah, I would agree with that. It's just, it's sad when you have to manipulate your photos to show progress in the hope that people will buy into what you're selling. But when you need to lie in order to sell a product, I feel like a lot of people can see through this. And maybe just as a moral, ethical thing for yourself, if you have to lie in order to prove that the product works, maybe it's not a product you should be selling, because if the product genuinely works, you won't have to lie about it. Plexus HUN couldn't go to the zoo without her MLM. Seems like we're getting a lot of plexus in today's video. Let's see, let's zoom in. Last minute trips to the zoo are what I hoped and prayed for 9 years ago. I was a new mama then, and Scott was deployed more than he was home. That was our normal, and I missed him greatly. Yesterday we woke up, loaded up, and drove to the zoo. Since the kids had a holiday, just decided, on a whim. To me, that's the freedom network marketing allows when you work hard to show others opportunity and relationships rather than just selling something on the internet. Well, at the zoo, if the kiddos asked for something, we could say yes. And my oldest would jokingly say, "Thanks, Plexus," because he's witnessed the years of consistency, commitment, and passion we have to help improve others' lives. So thankful God nudged my heart and provided that long-term vision. I knew I could and would do this once I placed my order. I didn't want that $100 to go to waste. No, I wanted it to grow, give back, and show other tired, worn-out mamas to do the same. Hashtag Plexus Mama. Are you sick of that desperate feeling? I was. I would do anything to never go back to the feeling of missing my spouse, living credit card to credit card, and stressed 24/7. And it's a family picture in front of a statue of a rhino that looks like he's on top of another rhino, but that rhino is upside down. What is this statue? I kind of want them to move because I want to see what's on the other side of the statue. Also weird that they decided to, I guess no matter which way you stand, you're going to be, well, no, because they could stand, sorry. Collect your thoughts and speak. I was going to say, how they're standing, we see rhino butt. But if they stood on the other side, then we'd see the other rhino's butt. But if they stood on the side of the rhino, then we'd get to see the rhino that's upside down and the other rhino, but from the profile side, and I think I'd rather see that. Honestly, I want them to entirely move, and I just want to see what this rhino is. Anyways, going back to the actual post. So it took them 9 years to earn enough money to go on a zoo trip. As far as I know, zoos are not that expensive, like compared to like a theme park, I guess. But I guess use anything you can in order to promote the MLM, no matter how big or small it is. It is what they're taught. But something that totally, obviously, absolutely happened is that when her kid asked for something, that child would respond, "Thanks, Plexus." They didn't say that. See what the comments say on this. Weird. My job gives me PTO so I can take a paid day off to take my kids places. And those damn corporate sons of bitches give me sick leave and provide PPO health, dental, and vision for my family of 5. And somebody responds, "I bet those twisted monsters even match your contributions to a 401k. Oh, the horror." And the first person responds, "They sure do. And I don't know where they got the audacity." Couldn't be more true. Those monsters giving people pay and paid time off and health care. Oh, the horrors. This person truly knows what it is to live a life of luxury by finally, after 9 years, being able to go to the zoo. Anyone can tell you that your dream is crazy, that your idea will never work, that your pyramid scheme isn't legit, that you should be more realistic, that you should settle down, that you can't do it all, that you can't have the business, relationship, and life of your dreams. But girl, rest assured, you don't need to believe them. I am living proof it can be done. Take it from me, a struggling single mom who worked as a dental assistant full-time to never make ends meet, who has built a few massive online businesses, raising my kid by myself. all while chasing my passions and purpose every day. Hashtag living my best life. Never settle. This season is personal. Hashtag mood is lit. Mood is lit. Okay, that's what she said. Hashtag happy. Hashtag get inspired. Hashtag mom hustler. Alright, looks like they made another Facebook post. 15 months ago, one of my mentors and besties called me up and said, I found something that will change our entire lives and those who trust us. She was also down like 14 pounds in a few weeks. I was like, dude, I want what you've been using, BC. Because? BC. They just wrote BC. I could tell she was doing something different than what I was doing. So of course, I didn't ask questions. I told her I was on board and all the way in. I trust her with my entire being. I got products sent my way and Zoomed with our amazing CEO. I asked all the hard questions and even started crying. I knew I would be starting completely over and walking away from a 10K plus monthly paycheck that took me almost 4 years to build. Whoa, okay, before I finish reading this, are you kidding me? Why would you walk away from that? Why would you ever walk away from a $10,000 a month paycheck that you're stating actually only took you 4 years? That's incredible. That's amazing. And people would just jump over any hurdle they could to reach that, and you're going to walk away from it for a dumb MLM thing that your best friend told you about. Oh my goodness, the things I want to say. The stupidity, the dumbness, why? Just because somebody, it doesn't matter who it is, it doesn't matter if it's your best friend, your mom, your sister, like your husband, your wife, if they come to you and say, hey, quit what you're doing and just blindly jump into this other thing, especially when you're getting paid pretty well, yeah, absolutely not. Okay, I will finish reading this. The sense of peace that came over me during this Zoom was so needed, and I knew this was exactly what I had to do. For so many reasons and so many people. Immediately, I knew we had just struck gold. It's been so peaceful and so seamless here. My friend who corrected me to an MLM and I have dropped 100 pounds together using this naturopathic doctor formulated product line, as well as built massive organizations and replaced what took us years to build previously. We've done massive things here. Massive. What's wild is we're just getting warmed up. Not to mention we've helped hundreds of people see the same type of results. It's not just us winning. You won't see me shut up about this product line or business opportunity because I firmly believe we all need it. Don't keep watching. Do this with us. And here is the Bravenly income disclosure statement. And the last picture, this must be her friend, her and her friend, that convinced her to leave her job to join an MLM. It says, together we've dropped 100 pounds 2 years ago and yesterday. I'm going to say that they look absolutely no different. Maybe a little more tan this year than they were 2 years ago, but they don't look like they've lost 100 pounds combined together. But again, the top picture doesn't really show their whole bodies like how their current picture does, but again, you know, lights, camera, angles, you can look however you want. This woman is infuriating, and I don't believe anything she's saying, and maybe she's trying to, I don't know what she's trying to say. The fact that she wrote in this, like, that your idea will never work, that your pyramid scheme isn't legit. So you're agreeing that you work with a pyramid scheme? I guess maybe at least you're being kind of honest, sort of. You know that pyramid schemes cannot be legit. Pyramid schemes are illegal. So I guess they're totally okay with being a part of an illegal business model. So they left their 10K a month legal job that paid them regularly and gave them bonuses probably and gave them healthcare to join a pyramid scheme that probably does not give them anywhere near what they were getting at their traditional job. Also stating here, like, didn't they say, yeah, they were a struggling single mom trying to make ends meet, but then admitted that they were making $10K a month? What were you doing with you're horrible with money if that's the case. I don't know. This person clearly does not make any smart decisions. Comments on this say, yeah, the legit pyramid schemes are so much better than the illegitimate ones. Somebody said, massively better. Massive. Oh, I like that. I like that. Somebody else says, what gets me is chasing my passion every day. Like, you are passionate about misleading people, selling people useless products every day, and lying to them about reaching their dreams. Yeah, they are passionate about that. They're passionate about changing their own lives, and the only way they can do that is to manipulate a bunch of people that they too will live the life of their dreams, while the upline is the only one truly living a life of their dreams. Posted on LinkedIn by a former friend who is deep in Amway. The goal of a cold email is not to sell. The goal of a cold email is to get a reply. The goal of a reply is to start a conversation. The goal of a conversation is to find a problem. The goal of finding a problem is to book a meeting. The goal of a meeting is to do a business discovery. The goal of discovery is to set up a mutual action plan. The goal of a mutual action plan is to organize the process. The goal of a sales process is to guide the buyer through their decision. Most sellers make the mistake of selling right away. It's what causes buyer resistance and rejection. When you send emails or make cold calls, remember, your job is not to sell. Step 1 is just to get a reply. More cold email tips here. Repost, recycle if you agree. What's your best tip for cold emails? And OP down here writes, this former friend tried to get me and a bunch of other friends into Amway during the pandemic. Now his posts often show different motivational speakers, some of whom are with World Financial Group. Someone went full bro-bot, it seems. That's very sad. This was also very difficult to read. And here's the thing. You are trying to get a sale. When you are sending someone a message, you are intending to hopefully talk to them to convince them to buy something or join underneath you. You have an ulterior motive. I hate that they say, like, that's not your goal. Yes, it is. It's ultimately your goal is to talk to them and get them to join underneath you or buy one of your overpriced products. That is what it is. Don't try and word it some other kind of way and maybe like, oh, but the salesy thing is scammy and blah, blah, blah. And then to say, most sellers make the mistake of selling right away. How dare they do their job of selling? What do you mean they make the mistake of selling? That's such a silly thing to say. Comments on this say, my goal when receiving a cold email is to report, block, and delete. And then they write down, somebody else writes down here, what's your best tip for cold emails? Spam, reporting, and blocking. Exactly. It's just like, people don't want, it's like when people knock on your door at home, it's like, don't bother me in my space. I know you're just doing your job to sell to me, but I don't want you coming into my space trying to sell to me. It works the same way with emailing, texting, calling. Don't invade people's spaces in order to sell your product. You're more than likely going to get a no about it, and then to be like, oh, see, I'm not trying to sell you something, I'm just trying to have a conversation. It's like, yeah, a conversation that would lead to you trying to sell me something. Alright, you guys, we have reached the end of the video, and we all know what that means. It is meme time, and for the first time in one of these Reddit React videos, I created my own meme. I don't know if I'm the first one to create this, so I'm not going to, like, take credit for it. I just wanted to create this because I had been thinking about it for the past couple of days, or weeks actually, because while editing my videos over the past few weeks or so, I've noticed that I've been using the word nonsense a lot more than I usually do, and that's because, you know, the things in MLMs are all nonsense. The things they say are absolute nonsense, and also because I had recently watched the movie Alice in Wonderland, which is my second favorite Disney movie. I love Alice in Wonderland. Aladdin is my first favorite. Alice in Wonderland is my second favorite. And so I think because she says the word nonsense a lot in that movie that it got stuck in my head, and it does apply itself very well to the MLM world. So I created this meme. It says, if I had a business of my own, everything would be nonsense. Nothing would be what it is because everything would be what it isn't. So I just created this cute little thing because I just could not get Alice in Wonderland out of my head. I just wanted to create something funny and silly, and, you know, Alice in Wonderland really works well when it comes to MLMs because, you know, HUNs fall down the rabbit hole of MLMs very, very deep, and then the things they say just come out as utter nonsense, and I guess it makes sense to them in their own MLM world, but us on the outside, as we read it and see it, we're like, how did they not see it? And how did they not hear it? And how did they not care? And all of these things were just like, a lot of times they say the silent part out loud, or they just say things that don't make any sense, like the woman who said pyramid schemes and the word legit in the same sentence. It's like, yes, that makes perfect sense when you say something that is illegal is legitimate. Those two things always go hand in hand, but I guess when you live in a business of your own, everything would be what it isn't. Alright, you guys, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and if you really, really liked it, please subscribe. Let's talk anything and everything anti-MLM in the comments below. And until my next video, I will see you guys then. Bye!